Thick, swirling fog cloaks ancient cobblestone streets at night, torches hissing and crackling, casting erratic shadows. Embers float upwards, tiny sparks against the inky canvas of the night sky, hinting at hidden warmth. The king emerges from a hidden alley, stripped of his crown, his face concealed by a deep hood, a shadow among shadows. His regal bearing replaced by an unassuming, hesitant posture, he absorbs the strange, unfamiliar sensation of anonymity. The city's cacophony assaults his senses. Faint laughter, a dog's sharp bark, the rumble of a distant cart. He moves with a deliberate, cautious pace, a new, unburdened man in a world that doesn't know him. No guards. The king, a lone shadow, moves through the bustling marketplace, where merchants pack their stalls, their tired voices animated. He overhears fragments, complaints of taxes, whispers of skirmishes, and a mother's lament for the high cost of bread. Further on, soldiers huddle around a crackling fire, their faces illuminated, discussing the king's decisions with critical tones. He passes homes where faint light spills, carrying muffled sounds of families, their private lives unfolding behind thin walls. Unrecognized, no one bows. He is just another shadow in the tumultuous night, observing his kingdom unseen. In a dimly lit city square, the king stands motionless near a public fountain, a silent observer in the encroaching shadows. A small cluster of citizens gathers, their voices rising in a crescendo of dissent, discussing the day's turbulent events. He catches snippets of his name, not in reverence, but in raw, unvarnished tones of blame and despair. One citizen curses. He curses the king for that latest decree. Another pleads, "May the king guide us through this hardship." A third voice erupts. It's all his fault, this endless war. The king remains a stone statue, his expression unreadable. Beneath his hood, his eyes betray a profound, dawning realization, a truth harsher than any courtier's report. Thick fog coils through a narrow, dimly lit alley, clinging to ancient stone doorways like a shroud. The king, cloaked and hooded, walks deeper into the labyrinthine streets, his presence unnoticed amidst the gloom. The air is cold, carrying the scent of damp earth and decay, a chilling embrace in the silent city. A faint, distant whisper breaks the oppressive silence, emanating from the very fabric of the ancient city. In a dark city alley, three cloaked figures huddle around a small, flickering fire, their faces lost in shadow. Their voices, sharp with anger and despair, cut through the night, echoing the suffering of their lives. From the deeper shadows, the king listens, his hand trembling with profound regret for his subjects' pain. One figure cries out, "If the king stood before me now, I'd ask him why my son died for his silence." The king walks through the fog-laden alley, his steps heavy with the burden of his crown. The cacophony of his people's hopes and fears echoes in his mind, a relentless mental torment. He is a solitary figure, consumed by the harsh truths he has just encountered. The vast, indifferent city stretches out around him, a silent witness to his burden. A glint of light from a high window suggests an unseen observer, adding an ominous layer to his journey. A shadowy alley, thick with ethereal fog, stretches into the darkness, muffling the king's dignified footsteps. A glint of steel pierces the mist as a gaunt, trembling thief emerges, a knife held unsteadily. From deeper shadows, a small, wide-eyed child peeks, a silent witness to the desperate act. The thief's voice, laced with desperation, cuts through the fog. "Your coin, your cloak, or your life." The king's gaze is steady, not on the blade, but on the raw fear in the thief's eyes. In a foggy alley, the king deliberately unfastens his heavy, embroidered cloak, the fabric rustling softly. He places the garment into the thief's trembling, outstretched hands, the gesture unexpected and profound. The thief, momentarily stunned, stares at the king, whose calm demeanor belies the tense exchange. The king's voice cuts through the mist. "Take this, and tell me what the city needs most." The thief, emboldened, retorts, "The city needs a king who knows what it's like to bleed." From the swirling fog, silent figures emerge, the king's guards, their imposing presence a stark revelation. The thief's eyes widen, dawning horror, twisting his face as he recognizes the man before him. He collapses to his knees, utterly defeated, the truth of the king's identity crashing upon him. The king raises a hand, a silent command that freezes his guards, preventing any action. The king's voice rings with an unexpected mercy. No chains, no punishment. A quiet judgment, imbued with mercy, promises a new, unimaginable truth for the city by dawn. In the city square, a hushed crowd gathers as dawn breaks, their faces a canvas of hope and apprehension amidst the lingering fog. On a raised platform, the king stands regal, his restored crown glinting, his eyes holding a profound, unreadable depth. A heavy silence falls, pregnant with expectation, as the king begins to speak, his voice cutting through the stillness. The king addresses his people, his words resonating with raw honesty. I walked your streets. I heard your curses. I felt your hunger. The throne room, once a symbol of opulence, now pulses with a purposeful chaos as the king presides. Wearing simpler attire, the king's gaze is firm, his commands clear, a stark contrast to his previous reign. Scrolls unfurl with a snap, decrees echo, ordering granaries open for the populace. Unjust officials, pale with shock, are publicly removed, their power crumbling before all. Soldiers, once instruments of intimidation, now stand guard, their spears pointing outwards to protect the city. The king embodies radical change, his unwavering commitment a beacon of hope in the bustling hall. Months later, the king walks openly through bustling city streets, his crown absent, a symbol of newfound connection. He pauses to share a laugh with a child and attentively listens to an elderly woman's concerns. The people greet him with respect and trust, a stark contrast to their past apprehension. The king stands truly among his people, embodying the lesson that true strength lies in listening. As the scene fades to black.
Comment, follow, and like for more stories.